Hello, my name is Kaylin Kirk, and as part of Group 3, I will be discussing the background of steripen and hydrophoton, the company that produces steripen, as well as the product selection for the primary market that we will be proposing the exportation of the steripen to. After extensive secondary research, I have been able to distinguish some facts about the export controls, the government regulation and packaging, as well as find out some information about the background of hydrophoton. Hydrophoton was incorporated in 2003 and is the company that is responsible for the production of the steripen portable water purification system. The steripen was introduced in 2014 and is a handheld device that uses UV light to alter the DNA of bacteria and cause it to be unable to reproduce and therefore unable to get a person drinking the water sick. The way that the steripen works is the user will place the steripen inside the water, turn the device on, the light comes on, the user will stir the water around. Once the indicator light blinks off, the water is safe to drink. It does not filter any of the solids out of the water, but it does kill the bacteria. Hydrophoton specializes in products for the outdoorsman and is specifically geared toward UV light purification devices for water, pre-filters for bottles of water, as well as replacement filters and cartridges. The steripen can easily be transported and used. It's lightweight and can be used up to 5,000 for up to 5,000 uses. The WHO, the World Health Organization, regulates the water purification using chemical water purifiers, but does not appear to have caught up to the use of UV light to purify water for individual usage. One of the main testing goals for the World Health Organization is that the water be found clear of E. coli bacteria, which the UV light produced by the steripen does kill the E. coli bacteria. As far as the product selection goes, I will be focusing on the two countries that we have selected, which would be Mexico and Africa. We'll actually be looking at a portion of Africa. It will be South Africa is our point of entry into Africa. And thanks to the existence of NAFTA, exportation into Mexico will be relatively simple. We will not require any type of certificate of origin, and we will not be assessed any additional fees that products coming from other countries into Mexico are going to receive. The steripen is priced well below the $1,000 maximum to be shipped without a certificate of origin, and so an application to export and import will be required, but we will not have to have the certificate of origin. Hydrophoton will also need to become registered with the Federal Taxation Authority of Mexico in order to be able to import goods into Mexico. Exporting consumer goods to Africa will require an import permit. The steripen will also require a certificate of origin to go into Africa, and that is according to the Africa business pages. The steripen falls under the EAR-99 classification for low technology goods, and therefore will not require any licensing for exportation. All businesses in the U.S. must file under a general validated export license if the company is transporting more than $2,500 worth of items out of the U.S., and that's according to Penner and Associates website. So we will have to file under a general validated export license in order to export our goods outside of the U.S. So there will be a slight hindrance to the exportation process to Mexico due to the requirement of the validated export licensing and registration with the Federal Taxation Authority of Mexico. But given the existence of NAFTA, the cost will far outweigh, the benefits will far outweigh the cost. The steripen uses 4 AA lithium or NiMH batteries, so it will not have to meet any voltage standards in either country. Due to the fact that the lithium batteries produce high levels of energy, they are dangerous to ship. If we were to export the steripen with the battery inserted, we would need to follow regulations and safety requirements for shipping dangerous goods. The steripen is designed for use in an outdoor setting, and the only recommendation for storage is that the batteries used are geared toward the batteries used in the device. The batteries need to be protected from extreme cold, which will not be an issue in either of the two climates that we are planning to ship to. The target markets were selected due to their lack of access to fresh drinking water, the abundance of contaminated water, and the abundance of outdoor travelers to these areas. We do not feel religious beliefs will come into play. The fact that the method of purification leaves the water tasteless and odorless is one of the selling features, and that makes the device the most marketable. The target markets were chosen because, oh, I'm sorry, the product is small and can easily be carried to a water source, and the ease of use and handheld size will greatly influence buyers' decisions, as most water purification systems are not portable. Packaging in Africa should be geared toward being simple, convenient, environmentally sound. So paper and cardboard are the most acceptable type of packaging materials used in Africa. The packaging in Mexico is a little bit more geared toward what is legal, and they're legally all products sold in Mexico are required to have the Spanish language in addition to the country of origin's language on the label. So we'll have to take that into consideration when producing packaging for the steripen. The name steripen does not pose an issue for marketing purposes. Stera is an abbreviation for sterilization and does not have a direct translation in Spanish. Pen translates to pluma and has no other meanings in Spanish. Translating the name in Africa is a little more difficult because every area has its own dialect. However, English is one of the main languages spoken in the country, and I believe that that fact will help aid us in the marketing toward potential customers. The steripen handheld purification system is appropriate for the selected markets, and the overall benefits that will be reached from exporting to Africa and Mexico outweigh any cost.